I heard na Swahili word huyu amekufa, and he has died, so they just passed. So I noticed they had a uniform, so I noticed that those are police.
Isinta scrolls through his phone looking at the images of a demonstration when Eric Isinta, a videographer working with the Nation Media Group in Kenya, left the office on March 31st on assignment to cover the demonstrations organized by the opposition leader Raila Odinga. He did not know what would lie ahead. What began as a peaceful demonstration challenging the high cost of living suddenly turned chaotic.
The tear gas actually was thrown on us. We were coughing that moment. So I was telling my fellow camera person, please, let's just go down. It has never been this way since we have covered the Mandamano.
Journalists had mounted their equipment on top of a moving vehicle to get the perfect shot. And despite raising their hands in a surrender mode, police officers fired tear gas towards them.
The moment I just turned this side to pick my camera because it was hanging, it's when I was hit by this tear gas. That's when. Then I didn't know what happened from there. I just found myself on the tarmac. The first thing I saw when I gained my conscious is my 4 months child. Anyway, let me say the child, and my wife.
Isinta was lucky to get help from fellow journalists and some of the protesters. The Media Council of Kenya, a body mandated to safeguard the interests and rights of journalists, also took up the matter.
We recorded 25 cases of assaults on journalists across the country. It's our opinion that they were deliberate. They were targeted by police, and in other cases they were targeted by thugs affiliated with either parts.
The recent starvation deaths allegedly at the hands of a cult leader is a challenge for the Kenyan media. The victims were discovered in a mass grave near the Kenyan coast. A few days after the exhumation began, the government barred the media from accessing the area, creating a media blackout as even the digging of bodies continued.
Whenever you shut down media that we can see, you open the floodgates of rumors, and then rumors will kill a country.
Despite the occasional political interference and harassment, Kenyan media has matured.
In the level of diversity, plurality, democracy and all that, our media they have their space and they have done their bit.
Media experts say that the disruption brought about by the digital space has been a test to the media business model.
There's been an upsurge of digital platforms and very many voices who see themselves, quote unquote, as journalists. And the downside of that is that there's been quite a lot of misinformation.
For Isinta, the scars are a reminder of how grateful he is to be alive.
And you see, this is the eye that I usually use for my, every camera person, this is what I use for my daily activities. So when it is hit, you see, my only gratitude that I'm alive, and I can see my family. That's the only point. That's the only important thing now for my life. This coming World Freedom Day, I'm very happy that this will be a point now to protect the journalists from what will have been happening to them. Let the organization that are supposed to protect the media come forward.
Isinta loves his job, but he wants to have media protection while he is pursuing stories.